Cast. I am your host, Coach Jake, just checking in with you today. It's going to be a quick one. I want to talk to you today. I titled this one, The Final Boss Mindset. And if you know me, I'm not a huge fan of The Rock. I think he's overexposed. I don't know, whatever, but it's cool. I'm not hating on him for success. He's been very successful, really turned his life into a kind of a masterpiece. So all that. But I want to talk a little bit about Netflix because there's some interesting business news, right? Like we know that, first of all, any of you guys out there right now, I'm just curious while we're waiting for everybody to come in, and I'm going to put you up on the chat too. Let me put this chat on. Let's see, overlay. There we go. Okay, cool. So how many of you guys actually watch the WWE? Does anybody even watch it? I honestly don't even watch it. I'll watch it if I have a friend that is on it, but it's just I have not really been impressed with the performances or any. I'm just being real. Like I'm not dogging on it. There was a time when I was into it, but that time is not now. Any of you guys ever watch it? Just curious. I'm getting big no WWEs. So anybody that's watching, if you're watching and you watch WWE, give me a WWE in the chat. I just curious because I don't know how they do it. I can't watch the product. It's boring for the most part. I don't know what the appeal is because it's not even like you can't bet on it. I'm just curious what you guys like about it. I don't see the larger than life characters like Randy Macho Man Savage that I grew up with, Rowdy Piper. Like, I don't see that. That's the stuff I enjoyed. Even Ric Flair, right? He just came out with another tweet reconfirming that he's not going to wrestle again. He wanted to thank his incredible health for allowing him to do what he did. He's turning 75, by the way, introduced to professional wrestling by my coach, Billy Robinson, right? Those old camps in the barn for Vern Gagne. But The Rock has done really well for himself. I'm not a huge fan. I told you, in fact, because of my relationship with Billy, I know that some of the stuff he talks about, I don't think he's maybe deliberately lying, but he just spreading mistruths and whatnot. And then how he tried to get involved with politics. I'm like, ooh, dude, you are definitely not. So anyway, what I wanted to ask you guys, was what do you guys think of this whole final boss thing, right? Like, I think it's kind of clever marketing or whatever. Like, I liked the what was it, the Hurt Business? Thought that was a cool name, a cool gimmick, right? But you got to give it to him. He positions himself well. Now, Netflix. While I don't have the numbers right now for Netflix with regards to WWE numbers, but I do know that what they did with the buy rate for the Tyson versus Paul fight was out of control. Okay, 60 million views. Did you watch that? Give me a Tyson in the chat if you watch the Tyson Paul fight on Netflix. Now, 60 million views. Did you watch it? It was a fucking abortion. I'm sorry, dude. It was an abortion. Oh, Beavis just jumped on. WWE sucks after the Attitude Era. You don't have wrestling characters like Stone Cold, Bret Hart, HBK, Undertaker, and Mankind anymore. Yeah, dude, 100% with you on that. Now, and again, if you want to bring it up, I'm happy to talk about that. But I do want to talk briefly because I don't have much time today. I just wanted to touch base with you guys. Netflix did 60 million views, and it was awful. It was awful. It was no freaking good, right? What'd you say, Beavis? I saw but highlights. Look, I have no idea how much Jake Paul and that team spent, but it was a polished turd. And I love Mike Tyson, okay? But I'm gonna be real. It seemed like a work. I don't got evidence, but it seemed like a work. And I've been around the pro wrestling business, so Dave Schultz slapping Stossel and all that kind of crap. I get it, okay? But I saw some clips when I watched it. It looked like you were pulling your punches so that Tyson was pulling his punches so Paul could make it out of those early rounds. And then at the end, it looked like Paul was pulling his punches so they could go Broadway and both of them walk, with face, So anyway, I don't know, man. But the fact is this: they did 60 million views around the world. Okay, the co-main event with which was the only fight on there with Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor was definitely worth it. And again, seemed like a work just to get people buzzed because Amanda Serrano clearly won that. Anyway, 50 million people viewed that alone. So, if there is any upside, women's boxing got huge exposure on that, right? So I think it was the promotion company that Logan Paul, or no, what's the other kid's name? Jake Paul. How could I forget? I think it's called Johan Promotions, and they do live programming and stuff like that. This was definitely set the record for commercial distribution of a combat sports event for Johan Promotions, right? 60 million views. And obviously they had, Netflix had problems, all that kind of stuff, right? But we've got to give credit where it's due on a business side. Paul versus Tyson, Taylor versus Serrano, 2 biggest boxing gate outside of Las Vegas ever in U.S. history. Anyway, that gate for Paul versus Tyson passed 18 million. That was double the previous gate record in Texas for combat sports, which was both boxing and MMA. Okay. So, you got to give credit where it's due. And, they say that Jake Paul defeated Tyson in this boxing match back in November, but it was a decision fight. It seemed rather conspicuous to me. I don't know about you guys. Do you think it was real or you think it was a work? Right? Beavis says, LOL. So people say it was rigged. I saw Joe Rogan's opinion on it. Let's see here. Oh, hey, what's up, Eli? Shoe Pro is way better than Monday Night Raw. It was trash last night. I agree. Now, both he and I are maybe a little biased. Eli does all the great editing for us over at Shoot Pro. So good to see you, brother. But I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I said this months back. I think Shoot Pro puts out a better product, even though we don't have the production values, than the Paul Tyson fight. That's what I'm like, guys, go over right now. Here, okay, thank you for bringing this up, Eli. Go over to shootprowrestling.com. Go over to shootprowrestling.com, okay? Watch the show that we put together. Now, granted, the show was like different events that I put on from 2020 to 2024. I saw somebody on YouTube when we premiered it. They were like, hey, why are people wearing masks still? I'm like, well, because it's taken me a while to put all these matches together because I'm just one guy. I'm bootstrapping it. I'm trying to raise 3 kids, going to put kids through college or whatever. And then on top of that, provide you guys entertainment, which none of you guys cheap asses pay for enough anyway. So, but anyway, I'm just trying to make this thing a go. And it's so much better than Logan Paul or Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Beavis says it did look like they were just sparring. There was a couple times where you saw they were pulling their punches. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not even like a boxing expert or anything. I've been a fan and a student and boxed and all that kind of stuff. But even a guy like me just watching, it didn't seem on the up and up to me. I don't know what you guys think. But anyway, does anybody even watch Raw anymore? I don't get it, dude. First of all, I'm just going to be real. 3 hours is way too long, dude. Second of all, have you seen the ticket prices? I don't even understand. I don't understand it. I want somebody to explain it to me. I do not get it. Now, while we're waiting, maybe people jump on, maybe they don't. Let's see here. What's Eli saying? Yeah, that fight was a contractual work. Seemed like it to me. Seemed like a Broadway to me. Everybody is starting to pick up the tricks of pro wrestling because everybody's smart now to the business. So you got MMA using the tricks and the gimmicks. You got boxing using the tricks and the gimmicks, right? Viva says, I only look at highlights of WWE. Yeah, man, 3 hours is way too long, dude. I don't got time for that shit. And it's not worth it. It's so boring, dude. Like, this is my experience watching WWE anymore. Oh, okay, watch it. You know, the intro comes on and they got the stars and the theme music. Open up the announcers talk about where they're at. They show a picture of the fucking auditorium outside with drones or aerial footage. Then they cut and the promo team is bullshitting about some stuff. Then there's explosion. Whoever comes out the curtain jerker comes out, talks for like 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, dude, oh, you're freaking killing me. Nobody gives a shit. I mean, obviously people are, but why? I do not understand how they have captured this audience to actually tune in and do that. I'd love to really see the better numbers. Maybe I'll do that for the next time, right? Anyway, dude, like, you know, we were talking about this yesterday about the UFC. And this is what I like about Shoot Pro. By the way, guys, you know, I'm the number one 10X business coach for Grant Cardone. So I love business. That's why I'm coming on here to talk about the business. Because, you know, there's so many of you guys that are fans. Thank God for you, because you're the ones that are paying the athletes, paying the promoters, all that stuff so they can provide you this entertainment. So I'm very grateful for you guys, right? But, you know, I'm also a businessman myself, and Scientific Wrestling has been going since 2003. You know that the pass rate for the Navy SEAL buds is it's tougher to become a successful entrepreneur, to make it out of that 10-year period. We're on our 20th year, going, you know, towards 25. It's harder to be a Navy SEAL. It's harder to be an entrepreneur than a Navy SEAL, statistically. Crazy, right? So, you know, I've done a lot of work. I promoted this. I've really tried to get this thing going, Scientific Wrestling. Now, remember, my vision in 2003 was exactly where I'm at now. 20 years later, it's taken a lot more work than I ever thought. And I want to see catch wrestling. But what is catch wrestling? Catch wrestling is what professional wrestling is faking. Even if you're doing strong style, I don't care. It's trash. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. It's just my opinion. I don't watch it. I don't watch worked wrestling. I don't. Nobody's captured my imagination. I don't care about it at all. I don't care how realistic and hard-hitting you freaking claim to make. It's fake. I want it bettable. I believe in the sport of professional wrestling, i.e. catch as catch can. That's why I was the first guy in 100 years, since the Alhambra tournaments in London, over 100 years, I held the first tournaments. Now, not only was it the first tournaments in the modern age, it's the longest running catch as catch can competition in history. That's the King of Catch. That was the rule set that I was very fortunate to co-develop. I mean, I did most of the work, but I had review, and he gave me some stuff that I adopted with Carl Gotch, the guy who is the founder of MMA. Yeah, it's not Dana White. It's not the Gracies. MMA started in Japan with Carl Gotch helping Sayama Tiger Mask develop Shuto. We know this. This is fact. And then he helped Funaki and Suzuki with Pancrase. Again, which opened its doors, I think, a month before even the UFC. So this is not even controversial, right? And now we have King of Catch, which I've adapted because my premise was I want to see the sport of professional wrestling. I want to see catch wrestling. But then I had an epiphany. I'm like, okay, I need to think like a business guy, like a success. What am I going to do? Am I going to go on the boxing route or the MMA route? Because Dana White has taken UFC, the boxing promoter route. The only thing that changes are the athletes, dude. It's getting boring. How many times can I just see the same guy do the same match? This is where pro wrestling was smart. They created, instead of a boring show every time with just different characters but the same situation, they created a variety show. They started doing tag team matches, triple shoots, or triple threat matches, WWE, we call them triple shoots, 3-way single man tag, right? 3 men, tag match, the winner. Anyway, we've done it. We were the first to ever hold a competitive tag team professional wrestling, ever. Super innovative. We've been the longest running. I mean, this is the important disruptive stuff. This is why I say, like, our product will hold up to anything. We just are a startup, even though, Shoot Pro started just a couple years ago, but it's still a startup. I'm still looking for that Fertitta. I'm still looking for that Tony Khan. I'm still looking for the Smashing Pumpkins guy, right? Who's related to whatever his name is, Bill Burr. You heard about that, right? Anyway, so Beavis just jumped on. Are there books or videos that show how the exaggerated pro wrestling moves are done to catch weight? I mean, I've done some of that. Like, if you go to our YouTube page, dude, there's contact for days. Subscribe, smash the like button, as Logan Paul would say. But go to the YouTube channel. I got so much stuff up there, and we've cut and done comparisons. Hey, here's this pro wrestling move. Here's what it looks like in catch. I mean, everything from like the arm whip. I know one of the guys out in England, near Manchester, I cannot remember the guy's name. Great guy, and I apologize. He did an arm wringer move in a grappling match. I've been teaching it forever. All this stuff, you can go to, for example, get my DVDs on BJJ Fanatics. If you go to scientificwrestling.info and scroll down through the blog, you could see that and look at the moves and whatever. I don't know if that actually helps you or not, but anyway, Shoot Pro Wrestling. Go to shootprowrestling.com. You can see the full, I think it's a 40-minute, I want to say it's 40 minutes, maybe I'm wrong, TV pilot concept that we put together, okay? Go there. Tell, if you know somebody who could be a Fertitta for us, there could be a McMahon, a Tony Khan, somebody, to throw some money behind this that believes in the vision of what is a sport of pro wrestling. And this is what we did that's innovative. We decided to take all the tropes of professional wrestling and do them under competitive circumstances. We've done cage matches, tag team matches, triple shoots, singles matches. We've got way more that we're doing, but we need your help. So, guys, I would love to have your involvement. Now, we're going to be filming matches at CatchCon. CatchCon is my latest endeavor. So I'm just trying to think of new ways to get bigger engagement, right? So go to catchcon.us. CatchCon, CATCHCON.us. I got Pat Miletich, UFC Hall of Famer, UFC welterweight champion, coach to 11 MMA champions. This guy to learn from. He's been working with us. He also is the official president of Shoot Pro. That's how much he believes in it. We've also got WWE Hall of Famer Jerry Briscoe. He's the guy who brought in Gable Steveson, brought in Brock Lesnar, brought in all the legit wrestlers into WWE. He believes in us. He's our commissioner, official. Wade Chalice, he's like my uncle at this point. He's on board. National Wrestling Hall of Fame, Guinness record holder for the most wins and pins in all of wrestling, 5 combat sport, All-American, freestyle, folk style, Greco, judo, and sambo. Dude, we got what it takes. We've got world champions competing under these rules. I had Jacoby Jones he was LFA light. I think he was, I want to say light heavyweight or lightweight champion. I can't remember his title there, but he's our middleweight champion. Tag team champion in Brandon Ruiz, world, field grappling games. Check it out, Shoot Pro. But you need to consider coming out to CatchCon. CatchCon is going to be the jam, dude. I got Pat Miletich. I got Frank Shamrock. Frank's my coach from years ago. And, he's got a pretty bad back injury. And so he really kind of just was taking a chill pill and not getting all up in it for a minute. And I kept bugging him, and he's back. As a favor, he's coming to Vegas. You're going to have a chance. This guy was the prototype of the modern MMA guy. Trained by Minoru Suzuki. Straight catch can approach. Never even wrestled folk style in high school. Okay, he was in juvie, right? So just dominant. Both Miletich and for Shamrock. dominant Frank Shamrock. They're going to be there. Wade is going to be there. The winningest pinner ever. You're going to have a chance to learn from him. I'm going to be there. The guy who kicked off all this stuff, created the mace bell. My number one student, the number one mace trainer on the planet, Rick Brown, he's going to be certifying you in the mace. The first 20 people that sign up get a mace from addicts. It's like fucking awesome. Go check out CatchCon, dude. It's going to be sick, right? What's Beavis say? I wish I could go to CatchCon so bad, but I'm in the process of moving. Frank is my favorite. Oh, dude. I don't know what to tell you, man. Here's the other kicker. And I'm not meaning to give you too much FOMO, but like, when are all these guys going to be in the same spot again? Frank, Pat, Wade, all the scientific wrestling elite guys, me, Sam Crescent, Jesse Perez, Gil, all of us, who's a submission arts wrestling black belt. Like, who's going to do? Dude, you got to get in this room. Plus, the CatchCon on the third day, this is what I'm getting to. We're having tournaments, a tag team tournament, shoot pro style rules, and we're also having a King of Catch singles tournament. Over 80, under 80 kilo for the singles, and then obviously it's a joint weight for the tag team. $1,000, dude. You could win $1,000. I'm telling you, it's gonna be sick. All right, listen, I got to wrap this. It's gonna be super quick today. Guys, get over to catchcon.com or .us, catchcon.us. Get over there. Read about it. Show up, dude. Go, just so you know, we're also setting up a gig for Frank in Hawaii. So, Beavis, maybe you can get a ticket to Hawaii. Go out, see Frank. I think that's going to be in April. We got Militich and Kamal Shaloris. We're going to be filming more matches. We're going to be doing seminars out in Maryland, right by D.C. in May. We're trying to hook up a deal with Brandon Ruiz out at the Scientific Wrestling affiliate, Morgan, his affiliate out there in Louisiana. Guys, we're making the events coming, but you've got to show up. You've got to show up. You don't want this stuff to keep going, don't show up, okay? Be some wimpy little zero testosterone weenie who doesn't actually try to change his life. I mean, dude, if I could do it, this skinny 6'1" guy who's obsessed with wrestling, if I could do it, you can do it. But you got to show up, dude. First rule of success. That's Grant Cardone. And that's the last thing. If I can help you in your business and make more money, go check out numberonecoaching.com, spelled like this, N-O-1. Okay? Go check it out. Look at the testimonials. Look at the case studies, dude. I can make you the money, but, dude, you got to invest the time. You got to commit. I'm just sorry, dude. I used to give everything away for free. And I learned a hard lesson. I learned the lesson that unless you're invested, people who pay attention. And that's a hard lesson that I had to learn. And a lot of you guys are going to be butthurt. A lot of you losers out there. Sorry. You got to step it up, dude. You got to work harder. You got to work smarter. You got to do both. All right? If I can help you, I will help you. I'm not going to do it for you, but I will help you. Anyway, super blessed to talk to you guys today. I hope this was okay for you. Thanks to everybody that chimed in. And I will catch you guys very, very soon. Have a wonderful day. Sign up, man. We got 23 already signed up for CatchCon. I got 4 more adding probably later today.